Hello there and welcome to our channel Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy and today we're going to be doing a what's in the box kit review on my Stalin'S plane Petlyakov PE-08, which is a Zvezda 172 kit number 7280. And as per normal, we're going to have a look at the parts, we're going to have a look at the instructions, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the plane because until I saw this I didn't even know the Russians had a 4-engine bomber. So, consulting Wikipedia in just the first little bit, the Petlyakov PE-08 was a Soviet heavy bomber designed before World War II and the only 4-engine bomber the USSR built during the war. Produced in limited numbers, 93 says Wikipedia, it was used to bomb Berlin in August 1941. It was also used for so-called morale raids, designed to raise the spirit of the Soviet people by exposing Axis vulnerabilities. Its primary mission, however, was to attack German airfields, rail yards and other rear area facilities at night, although one was used to fly the People's Commissar of Foreign Affairs, Molotov, from Moscow to the United States in 1942. Originally designated the TB-7, the aircraft was renamed the PE-08 after its primary designer, Vladimir Petlyakov, died in a plane crash in 1942. Supply problems complicated the aircraft's production, and the PE-8s also had engine problems. As Soviet morale boosters, they were also high-value targets for the Luftwaffe's fighter pilots. The loss rate of these aircraft, whether it from mechanical failure, friendly fire or combat, doubled between 1942 and 1944. By the end of the war, most of the surviving aircraft had been withdrawn from combat units. After the war, some were modified as transports for important officials, and a few were used in various Soviet testing programs. There is a little bit that I'm going to add here from the Zvezda instructions. The modified long-range bomber PE-08, which this one is, proved its suitability for transoceanic flights when it was used by a Soviet delegation headed by Foreign Minister Molotov from Moscow to USA and back without problems in May 1942. One of the two built PE-08s was the personal plane of Joseph Stalin and his first meeting of the Big Three in Tehran conference in November 1943. So we can probably assume that this is what's going on the box art here, because we get these figures of Uncle Joe, 4 pilots and a couple of his heavies. So we'll have a look at the instructions next. Yep, that's what we're going to do. And as per standard instruction fare, we get a whole bunch of sprue diagrams so we can check off exactly what we've got. There was no photo etch in this kit, praise the Lord. And section 1, we're going to be looking at engine nacelles. Same in section 2. Section 3, we're going to be looking at the seated pilots, which come with the kit also. And we've got a sort of run through here on how to actually put these parts together. Section 4, we're going to be looking at the inboard engine nacelles, which actually come with a little compartment in the rear that has a fitted gun to it as well, which is pretty cool. Section 5 is putting that together. Section 6, here we go, we're going to put our little seated gunner, that's a gunner actually, and his machine gun into the rear of the engine nacelle. Section 7, putting some ammunition belt on as well. It's quite detailed, obviously. Let's just get the page turning over. More engine nacelles in 8, 9, 10 and 11. Again, extra detail on what to do here. Section 12, we're looking at parts of the wings, and we've got some interior structural parts to put in. Section 14 and 15 is construction of the wings over what we've already built. Section 16, sticking the nacelles on these leading edges of the wing here. We've also got some landing lights to put in. Section 17 is the alternate side. Section 18, we're putting this whole engine nacelle and this pre-built compartment onto the wing. Same in section 19 on the other side. Section 20, we're looking at the undercarriage and undercarriage doors. Let's get this page over. 21, we're going to start on the fuselage. And as we can see, we're going to put some of the glazed units in the front and all these little windows in the rear. Same on the other side. Section 22, we've got a whole bunch of seats to put in. Section 23, we've got a bulkhead to put in, and then we're going to put our transportation compartments for our VIPs together in 24. This section here is dedicated to parts going into the cockpit. So we've got a stick, we've got some bulkheads, more bulkheads, some control or radio equipment, a couple more seats, and it all goes on this floor section. 25, we're going to put the top of the fuselage on the rear and this bulkhead wall here. 26, we're going to put all these pre-built bits for our cockpit onto our floor. 27, we've got a pilot who requires some building. 28, we're going to put all this together. Yeah. We've got assembly of some decal options to put on some various control panels. Then we're going to put this section of the fuselage. Oh, it goes in. So we've got like an inner armoured fuselage bit going in there. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Section 31, we've got our sort of cockpit floor and our pilot's position here. And that all looks quite complex. And 32, we're going to put his control panel in. And it appears we have a co-pilot sitting behind him, which is kind of unusual. Here we've got a whole load of details on how to put some wheels together, fixing the tail plane, and this rear part of the tail as well. And then 34, 35, we're going to bang all these parts together. So there's our fuselage going together with our inner, possibly armoured compartment. We've got the top of the cockpit cover going on, got a tail going together, and we've got this front section's put together with a front facing machine gunner's position. Next we're going to put our wings on, we're going to put the nose on, and we got, what's we got going on here? This is for version 2 only, so we've got another machine gunner to build up, and he's going to go in the rear here with his glazed section. Got a ladder to build. We got a ladder with this. We've got the top section going on, the bottom section going on the fuselage. This is going to be the access panels for the bomb bay, which is redundant obviously in this version. And 44, we're going to stick the propellers on, and then we're going to set up our little welcome committee with Stalin and his dudes. We've got another ladder that we can put in here, giving us access to the cockpit as well. And then we'll end up with something like that. And the undersides. So I'm going to flip this box over so you can have a look at this thing in all its glory, because it's got a nice photograph on the back, and that's kind of what it looks like. Well, it's got a nice little diorama type thing set up as well, so it looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. It's kind of interesting. Price wise for this, I bought this with the postage for $29.99 off eBay, which seems like a fair price for a big kit. They don't seem to come up very often. The prices seem to sort of go for a sort of 24 to 35, so I paid in the middle. Let's just check Scalemates for their info. This was originally tooled in 2007 as a straight bomber. This version came in 2009, and the box art on this one here depicts, I think, that this is a 2021 release, so it's only a few years old. Okay, let's have a look at the parts. We've got 2 of these ones. So these are the bottom and undersurface of the wings. As you can see, we've got a lot of nice panel lines, access points. The ailerons or flaps are quite well detailed. That's our front engine nacelle area. There's a panel here, and this is obviously where this extended nacelle goes with the gunner's position as well. So we get 2 of those the same, so we'll chuck those out the way. Here we have our fuselage, 2 sections of. Let's look at the one. It's kind of hard. Look at the underside. So there we go. We've got our rear rudder surface, a whole load of panel lines on here, all indented, they're not raised. There's our door. This is obviously where the extra compartment goes in. It's a bit jagged there. A couple of windows. There's our cockpit, and there's our nose section. A couple of wheels. Got the top of the rudder surface here. Possibly the rear wheel, maybe. No idea what that part is. Just flip that over and see what else we've got. No, nothing much. That's going to be the floor. That's possibly the cockpit floor. And that's going to be, I'm guessing, a bulkhead or our instrument panel. Jeez, that's got big tail surfaces. Okay, that's big. That's almost the size of a Spitfire. Okay, so there's our rear tail. Again, we can see the flaps here. Nice hinge detail. That's going to be parts of our undercarriage, I'm thinking. That's the reverse surface of our tail section. We've got some pilots or gunners that need assembly and stick the heads on. This dude here needs his hands putting on. They do look quite well detailed though. I'm kind of impressed. I've got a bulkhead with some doors here. Don't know what that bit is. Don't know what they are. We've got more of the undercarriage, I'm thinking, here. That's another bulkhead door. We've got the two, these look like the extended nacelles with the gunner's compartments in them. And these are the leading edges of the wings, obviously. They look like Bombay doors. Got a ladder, corrugated floor, more corrugated floor, closed Bombay doors, I'm thinking, here. More unidentified parts, more bulkheads, and that's pretty much that sprue dealt with. What we got here? We've got two identical ones of these, so we'll only look at one of them. Could have been a bit more careful there. We've got two 3-bladed, quite large propellers. We've got the spinners. We've got some engine exhausts. Two main wheels. More bits of undercarriage. Maybe I misidentified the other parts. We've got some various mechanicals. We can see our driver's wheel stick here. Got some seats. Another pilot who needs his head and arms attaching. So we get two sprues like that. This one is largely engine nacelles, and possibly this is the top of the fuselage. So they look pretty big. Nice, good detail on those. See here, it's got a manufacturing mark of Zvezda 2009. More engine nacelles here, again. Nicely detailed. It's a big bugger, but it's nice looking. Okay, so we got Stalin. Well, these are the two. I'm guessing Molotov and one of his other henchmen. Kind of look like 1930s Al Capone figures, to be honest with you. There's Stalin, and we've got 4 aircrew figures again. They look good. They look good. I'm impressed with them. Got like another floor part here. We've got parts of the transport compartment. Whole range of seats with armrests. That's the centre section to hold our wings together, I think. Another ladder. And we've got our clear glaze section. So that's going to be the front, I'm thinking. Got a load of windows here. I like these windows. They've got clear areas for you to stick some glue on. That looks like the rear gunner position. That's the cockpit cover. Variety of windows here to go in the fuselage. And then our last sprue, we have a rather big bomb, which is kind of confusing. There's probably 2 options on this way. You can just do it as a straight bomber, I'm thinking. Got a whole load of weaponry. So we've got another bomb here as well, with its fins. Could be, that's the other part of the other bomb we've seen. And then we've got a whole load of, these look like racks and what have you, to attach in the bomb bay. And last but not least, we have our decals, which are Soviet aircraft do tend to be a little bit bland, it does appear, from what I've seen so far. So we've got a bunch of red stars. We've got some cockpit decals for our control panels and some Soviet caution and warning signs. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that. I think it's a pretty cool plane with an interesting sort of diorama setup. You don't get this car, but I'm sure you can pick up a 172 ZIL somewhere if you wanted to do it as that. For the money I paid, it's a lot of plastic for your pounds, that, isn't it? So this is something like 213 in our series of What's in the Box kit reviews. There will be a link in the description bar beneath to the 172 sections of that, and there's a separate section or playlist for the 135s. So please do check them out. And as always, please do remember to like and subscribe, because we do appreciate you guys. And if you feel like dropping a comment, I do always try to reply normally within 24 hours. So as always, thanks for watching, and be seeing you.